I know you were waiting on it. You was probably wondering, when the fuck's he gonna do it? When the fuck's he gonna say what he's gonna say? When the fuck is he gonna come out and fucking address this shit? You know, fucking Blue Lives Matter, fucking Black Lives Matter, shootings, the Republican, you know, convention. Now you got the Democratic convention. When the fuck is the BMF HNIC gonna come out and say something? When's he gonna come out? Because, you know, he's always got something to fucking say. What about now? You got anything to say now? See how great we are? Yeah, I see how great you are. You're so fucking wonderful. Yay, you. Okay. So let me take this into consideration and let me really think about it and put my really intelligent thinking cap on, because you guys are baffling me with all your intelligent jargon. You say that all lives matter and that everybody should be treated equally. And that's what you say. Okay? Name the time that everybody's treated equally. Got a man standing in a tuxedo, another man standing in a bum suit. You treat them equally? No. Walking down the street, you see a bum. Middle of the night, it's a fucking alley. It's an alleyway. Do you treat him equally? Do you treat him the same way that you would treat a guy in a tuxedo? You see a guy wearing gang colors. You're in the middle of a bad part of town. He's got his shirt off. He's had his bandana hanging out the back of his pants. His pants are probably sagging because he's probably been to prison and he was introduced to why you sag your pants. Do you treat him the same way as you treat the elderly woman on the side of the road who's wanting to, you know, be helped across the street in the nice part of town? No, because you don't treat everybody fucking equally, you dumbass. Nobody's treated equally in this world. That's a lie. That's the biggest bullshit lie ever told. No one is treated equally. If you believe you are treated equally in this world, that you're equal in every way, get a job. Get a job and go work that job and see how equal you are to everyone else. Hell, go out in the world. Just take a fucking step outside and wear something different. Wear something not the norm. Wear a KKK outfit. Knock yourself out. Go wear a KKK outfit and walk down the streets of Harlem. And then turn around and get your Black Panthers, all kinds of Black Panther stuff, and then walk down the local trailer park. You're not treated equally. None of you are. To get that in your fucking head, society does not treat you equally. You are prejudged and pre-set up as a society deems you to be. That's how that works. We learned that. You should have learned this in school. Nobody's treated equally in school. Nobody went to the fucking midget in fucking class and said, hey, you want to play football? You what do you weigh, like 75 pounds soaking wet with a pocket full of change standing in a fucking rainstorm? Yeah, I'm going to look over the 280-pound dude, and I'm just going to go straight to the fucking midget. Because they're both equal, right? Nobody's treated equally. That is a fucking lie. You're not treated equally. What you can be is judged equally under the law. That is your equality. To be judged equally under the law. The law is bitch has blindfolds on. The reason she has blindfolds on is because she does not see your religion, your creed, your colors, your ethnic group, your money, poverty. She doesn't see any of that. Did you break the law? Oh, you did. This is the penalty for the law. That's it. That's when you're treated equally. Other than that, you're not. Yes, it is true. This is a fact. Don't believe me? Go step outside real quick. Cops. They do. They do in every way, shape, and form. Hell, they're trained to do it. They have a whole entire fucking department dedicated to it. That do nothing more than research and development of people and what part associations they would be affiliated with. How they would work, what their thoughts would be, how they're trended, how they're not trended, what moves they could make. They call that stereotyping. You're a stereotype. That's what you do. Police officers do it every day. That's what they do. They get sketches They build a format of a person that they assume may do something. There's an actual class for this. You can take it. So why don't you think cops do it when they've got a class dedicated to it, a whole entire department built around it? They made shows on this shit where they take a person and they look at the person and they go, so we can safely assume that he's probably a white male due to the fact of the crime that they committed, probably within this age limit, probably lives alone or in a basement somewhere with his mom. You know the story. You've seen the fucking movies. They got it. It works. That's how they do things. So they build stereotypes. These fucking officers do that every day. You go down the road, you're driving a BMW, driving a Jaguar, you got a suit on. You're an older gentleman and you look distinguished. My God, he must own the fucking car and he's probably got lawyers out the ass and he probably can afford to take me to court if I try to bust him for not wearing his seatbelt, or he was speeding a little bit, or he managed to not see the traffic light and he went through it. We'll give them an excuse all day because they're rich, because they're old, because they drive a Jaguar, because they probably have lawyers. They get these ideas in their fucking head. Oh, he's a poor guy driving down the fucking road, driving a beat-up jalopy. Oh, I'm gonna burn his ass. Oh, he ran the fucking stoplight? That motherfucker's done. Sir, I might smell weed in the car when he pulls you over. Are you sure you've not been drinking? He's gonna give you a fucking hard time. Because he's going off a stereotype, because he's going off of what he knows. That works. It works because 90% of the time he's fucking right. You can't take him to court. You can't fuck with him. He's a cop and you're fucking able to do this. But you want a leg to stand on. You want this magical leg to stand on. So you can get your point across. So you can argument the facts and say, look how hypocritical that is. Okay. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do the math so you don't have to. This is the math that I've done so far. Pay attention in class. I may use the chalkboard. It's a possibility. Let's do the math. You say that Black Lives Matter causes trouble because we can see statistically that the crime that is committed with with one of the minorities in the system, not the smallest minority of course, but a minority in the system, seems to be doing the majority of crime. So this would explain why we have more black people in prison and more black people getting arrested. Now let's say that your statistics are true. Let's say that you have all the facts laid out. You have done your research. You have done all that you could possibly have done to bring forth the best argument and the honest argument. You haven't pulled any punches. You're not withholding any information. This is God's truth. This is the true facts as they have been represented. And in fact, you find out that the Black Lives Matter movement is a crock of crap. That they don't stand for nothing. They're bought into the system. They ship them in to cause trouble. You got all those facts too, showing how hypocritical and how unreasonable this movement is. Because you say, see how the judicial system works? There's your problem. It doesn't. And the reason it don't work, and the reason you have no leg to fucking stand on, is it is a plain obvious sight that you have a potential president or candidate for president right now running for office. This so-called presidential candidate who is running for office happens to have deleted emails, gave away information of top secret associations with other organizations. Not only that, but kept them off of a government server so they could not be monitored while they gave out information that was top secret, and deleted them from her own fucking server. Broke every law she could possibly imagine, and you could imagine in your little bitty fucking mind. Turn around, found out that she pays for the parties and she's got money embezzlements and she's got issues. She fucking ransacked and stole most of the shit from the White House when she left. Known facts. All these things are known facts. Broke the law so many times you don't have enough toes and fingers to count. Everything that they've done up to this point has been a fucking lie and has broken every fucking law. And your own system came out and said, and I quote, "We can find no wrongdoing, intentional wrongdoing." That they didn't know what they were doing, that they didn't know what they were doing was breaking the law. They weren't aware of this top secret. It wasn't top secret at the time. And they felt that they were secure. They gave you every reason in the world why they could not take this person to court, even though they did break the law. You have no leg to stand on when you let rich people and powerful people get away with breaking the law, and then you go find other people and make them accountable to the law. They automatically can look at you and say, then you hold everyone accountable to the law. Oh, you don't, do you? You don't hold everyone accountable to this law, just the people you feel you want to hold accountable to that law? Guess what that's called? Just make a random guess. So when they look at you and say the system is corrupt, you say, well, yeah, of course it's corrupt. Of course it's a bad system. It's not the greatest system on the planet, but it works. Oh, it does. It really works. The system works for certain people. It doesn't work for everyone. But I know you're going to fix it when you get somebody else in the system that's broke. That'll fix it. That'll make it all better. Because naturally, one person, or 4 people, or 8 people can get in there and fix the system, right? How many times have you been telling yourself that? How many times have you said, well, they're going to fix it? And they never fucking do. They get stuck in the same system and can't fix it because the fifth system's fucking broke. Black Lives Matter is a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's ridiculous. I won't lie to you, it's stupid. It invokes anger, frustration, and irritation. And the reason it does that is not because of, people trying to get an idea across, or people really trying to, go out of their way to make that statement and to try to get people to listen to rational or irrational arguments. It's not about that. It's stupid, and the reason it's so fucking stupid is because you got a bunch of people fighting a bunch of other people who are all caught up in the same stupid ass fucking system. You got a bunch of people screaming, he doesn't treat me right because the system is fucked up. And I know you are part of the system. What part are you part of? What part is he a part of? Just tell me. What part of that system does he control? Cop does his job. That's what cops do. They got a job. They don't volunteer to be cops. They don't go out of their way to do the cop work. They got a fucking job. They took an oath to uphold and protect the interest of the state. That's it. Not to serve the people. No, that was to serve the state. That's what he does. And he does it quite efficiently, really. Every cop does. They do it quite efficiently. If you don't believe me, go on up to your local courthouse and see how much money they got. Just walk on through there. Their job is to protect the interest of the state, and only the interest of the state, and that is fucking it. The argument's not in void because it's stupid, because you're basing it on a theory that you infer of something that's not true. You started out with a infer this system does this, and it doesn't do what you think it does. And the other part of the argument says, well, it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for anyone. You're arguing a circled point that makes no fucking sense. If you know what the system does, it doesn't do it for either one of the issue people. It doesn't. Not one group of people, except for a certain chosen few people. If these chosen few people cannot be held to the standard of the law, what good is the law? That law is not made to protect you. It is to protect them from you. It is to make sure that you do as you're told when you're told to do it. That's how that law works. Now, you hide behind certain things and you say, well, if you don't have laws, you have an anarchic society. And that is very true. No law brings anarchy because people just do what the fuck they want. But who makes laws? You have to worry about somebody who wants to be in charge. If somebody wants to be in charge really bad and they go out of their way and try to get everybody else behind them to be in charge, you have to wonder why they want to be in charge. You have to make a think, why? Why do you want to be in charge? Because I want to make America great again. Okay, compared to what? What time and point in history do you want to make it as great as? When was it so great, so amazingly great, that everybody got what they wanted? That there was no racism, that the world was a perfect place, that screws didn't fall out, when it was great, when there was no depression, when there was no poor people, that everybody had a job, that taxes were at minimum, that people weren't taxed at the wazoo, you know. Name that fucking time that it was great at that point. For every good thing you had, somebody had to pay for it. Some other group had to pay for the goodness that you had. Democrats no fucking better. I don't vote for either one of you. I think you're both a load of shit. I can't wrap my mind around voting for either one of you. The Democrat's a fucking piece of shit. She's a fucking criminal, and she killed some of my people. Yes, my people, who go and fight for this fucking country. No matter how bad or how good it is, it's theirs. They believe in the Constitution. They believe that they're going to uphold that Constitution against foreign and domestic fucking enemies. At all costs. Those are my brothers and sisters. But yet, no bailouts for that, huh? So I'm not really worried about your blue lives, and I ain't really worried about your black lives. If you say everybody should get treated equally and fairly, then show me. Show me where they're treated equally and fairly throughout history. Nobody's treated equally. They can be judged equally, but they can't be treated equally because you just won't do it. Because some way or shape or form, you're going to have a biased opinion about something because you judge shit. That's what you do. You're human beings and you can't help yourselves. I just want to know, when she becomes your president of the United States, because trust me, you think she's got hands in all that other shit with those emails, and you think she's got hands in the Democratic Convention, and they did all that. Well, how far do you think that fucking rabbit hole goes, fucker? How far do you think it's going to take down the hole? And if they can run people out of fucking places to make sure that even though the most popular vote within their party doesn't get heard, and they're still the delegate, at the end of the day, you've got the electoral vote that elects the president of the United States. Who do you think they're going to vote for? So when she is your president, I just want to know what you're going to do next. What will be your line of defense then? How will you handle that? Since you're all treated equally and that's what you want. What will you do then? Because I've seen what you'll do when you'll find out that the motherfucker in charge will tell you that we're not holding her to criminal accusations. We're not going to hold her, and not accusations, we're not going to hold her to facts that we found that she broke the law. We're not going to hold her to that. So I want to know what you're going to do next. And so far, what I've realized is you will just sit around and you'll become your Facebook warriors that you are, and your Twitter warriors, and your YouTube warriors, and you'll just type away. Oh, I knew it. The system is corrupt. No shit, it's corrupt. And if you think about it, you also got the same fucking problem with your stupid ass arguments on another end of the spectrum. So, Donald Trump's wife comes on stage, or his girlfriend, or whoever the fuck she is, I don't know. Keep up with a man and where he puts his dick. But honestly, this lady gets up on stage, she gives her little speech about Donald Trump and how she's endorsing him and how they're going to look out for America. And she's reading it off a teleprompter. She didn't sit down and scribe this fucking speech herself. You need to get that fucking out of your head. These motherfuckers pay people to do that. They pay people to make beautiful speeches for them. It has to be, go through scrutiny, and somebody's got to look at it. Somebody had to write it, and there has to be another guy back behind him who wipes his ass. And they don't spend this kind of money, So if I may steal a quote, hammers don't cost $10 million. Thank you, Independence Day. These motherfuckers spend money. What do you think they spend the money on? So somebody's got to do something. All these people showed up, all this fucking money invested. So somebody writes the damn script, somebody writes the fucking speech, somebody reads the fucking speech, she reads the fucking speech, she's happy with the fucking speech, they have to have somebody teleprompt it into the fucking teleprompters. You're having a speech at the biggest fucking convention for the Republicans there is, and it's going to be televised worldwide. They're not going to fucking let her just scribe it out. They don't think she's that fucking smart. Trust me. They ain't going to do that. That's just fucking stupid. They never do. The Democrats nor the Republicans do. They breed off teleprompters. So she reads her little speech, and it has a couple of words that Michelle Obama had said. Yeah, that's your argument. That's what you're going to focus on. That's the big deal here, huh? Well, think about this for a minute. There's only so many ways I can try to sell you a car. There's only so many things I can say that are great about a car. Every time I try to sell you a car, I'm stealing something somebody else said because I'm trying to say how great my car is. There's only so many words that describe great and wonderful and amazing to sell you a fucking car. They're trying to sell you something, and there's only so many ways you can fucking say how great and wonderful and amazing you are and how great and wonderful things you're going to do. So some people are going to steal some people's words. Just the way the world works. I mean, I looked at some letters throughout history, and back in the day when people supposedly spoke proper English, they stole some words too. So yeah. And what fascinates me is this where everybody's going to focus their attention? They're going to focus their attention on, did she steal the words? Did the words make sense? Did she pull them from Michelle Obama? Were they pulled from her verbal tongue? I'm gonna run for president. Here's gonna be my campaign. I'm gonna lower taxes, create new jobs for Americans. I'm really gonna protect our borders. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. It's all for you guys. Protect our borders, make our military the strongest it's ever been. Make sure that Americans get a fair shake when it comes to redistribution and making sure the wealthy pay their price. I'm going to lower taxes for all people. I'm going to make the working class stronger. I'm going to make the middle class stronger again. Kids are going to go to college. It's going to be lollipops and fucking gollygags. Every motherfucking one of them say the goddamn same thing, you fucking moron. Name the president who went up there and went and said, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fuck you. It's going to be a real dry fuck, no lube. Everybody's going to be taking a little bit of my dick right up the ass. I'm not going to do shit for you. I'm going to sit around and I'm just going to spank my monkey and get paid. And I'm going to take care of them Jews. I'm going to take care of them Jews because they're always putting money in my plate. I'm going to make sure that you motherfuckers keep your damn mouth shut. Everybody who's with me, yeah, nothing's going to happen to us. But we're going to totally rip you a new asshole by the time we're done. Name the fucking president who went out on that fucking bill. The candidate who said, that's what I'm running for. They all say the same fucking thing. You know, they might as well have like a little button, like my girl. Shoe on head, she just might as well have a little button and it says the same fucking thing every fucking time. You don't fucking have an argument that's worth arguing for because they're so ridiculous. You're just splitting hairs for no reason because you're so upset for the real problems, but you're so fucking limited on what you will say about those real problems. I honestly believe that. I think you try to go around and split hairs so much because you feel that's an argument worth arguing about, because the real big shit, you can't do nothing about it anyway. And if you could, would you actually get off your ass and go do something about it? No, you wouldn't. You'd sit around like a fucking bunch of waiting for the football season, waiting for baseball season. waiting for the NBA to come back to your hometown. That's what you do. Don't worry. The fall is right around the corner. ESPN will be live again just for you, and you'll be able to watch your sports again. So don't try to think so complex. Don't try to wrap your head around complexities and important shit within our society, because you sound like a fucking bunch of morons when you're arguing about who stole the speech from who and how the speech worked out and why we're doing. Oh God, the world has never changed over a speech. Never has. Not one person has ever performed a speech and everybody went, hey, that fucker's right, we should stop doing what we're doing. Never happened. It's a sales pitch. You've heard it a billion times. You're going to hear it a billion more times. It's a sales pitch. Don't like the sales pitch? Don't listen to the sales pitch. It's easy. I don't give a fuck what they say. Because I know in the end what's going to really happen. How the world's going to really react to some bullshit. How you're really going to, get prepped and get ready for the big bang. I believe 98% of all you motherfuckers with the big, ready for the big bang, I think I know what you'll do. You'll get on those motherfucking buses and you'll ride right your ass back to the fucking concentration camps. You'll take your asses right in there with them, and you applaud them as they ask you to give up what you have for a little bit of security, because you always do. Even if they don't even ask, even if they just fucking take it, you never say a word. Just stand around and wait for the next handout. Hand to mouth, that's the way you roll. So, that's number 2 on my list.